What's up, everyone? How are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me turn the music off here. Okay, what's up? Wait, I got my together here. What's up, everyone? How are you doing? So we had a little bit of resistance at a 30-minute order block here with some very small bearish CVDs, but retraced to the 15-minute order block with more bullish CVDs. Consistently building bullish CVDs. It's insane. So these have now played out, and you can see it here on the 15. Higher low, lower low. These played out, and then another retracement, more bullish CVDs as well here. Just kept going locally. A little bit of bear CVD. We got to move down, but then again the bullish CVDs. So yeah, these have now played out. Let's see what price is gonna give us. Where is my chat? I need to pop out my chat here. 1 second. There you go. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. So let's see if price is gonna give us any volatility. At least we have a good start. So in this live stream, of course, we're gonna cover Elliott waves. Probably prefer sticking on the 4-hour time frame in this live stream, and then we go into chatting and Q&A while we observe the price action locally. So yeah, a little bit of a move here locally, and of course, if bullish, one wants to see impulsive continuation to the upside, and if bearish, we have a wave A, B, and then in wave C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave C, ending on a high amount of volume. So in other words, you then don't want to see the market structure change. You preferably don't really want to see price move down here. We also had a small 886 touch here in this local range. Those probabilities played out because we now took the high here as well. So yeah, let's see, still 4 minutes till the candle is closing. Join us, Sri Lanka. Welcome. Good to have you here. Eric Dorian La Flamme. Machine Seriga. The pump 68. Not yet at least. It is interesting from an Elliott wave point of view where we are at the moment, because from an Elliott wave point of view, actually preferably you would make another low still, but we continue to observe. Brahim, welcome. Jen Flotty, what's up? Break even happens, right? Happens. Hike, Sam, Pierre, welcome. Good to have you here. So yeah, there is a count that we can kind of force to make it end a structure at the current low that we have, but I don't know. It's not pretty. Christian, how are you doing? Not living in Nice yet. Still in the Netherlands. The road trip is gonna start on the 30th of July. That is when I leave the Netherlands, and I'll be in Nice in the evening of the 1st of August. Jingle, welcome. Yanis, Mother Earth. Good to have you guys here. Welcome. So, yeah. And on the 1st of August, I'll be meeting Pierre as well. We're going to have lunch together with my wife. Of course, she'll be there as well. But we stop in the city where he lives. So, yeah. So in a nutshell, right, we can be quite simple here. Bullish scenarios, of course, a 1, 2, 1, 2, and you want to see impulsive continuation. Bearish scenarios, an A, B, and then a wave C, preferably ending. Right, so a final push. And on a 1 hour time frame, I will go in a little bit more detail, but yes, you can finish a WXY at the low here, but it's not preferred, so to speak. I would prefer to see price making another low from an Elliott wave point of view. It would simply be cleaner from an Elliott wave point of view, but yeah, we gotta wait and see, I suppose, because we do have the bullish CVD divergences all the time. These have now played out because we took this high. So now we just wait patient and see if price can actually continue towards the upside, or if it is gonna fall back to the downside here. So let's analyze the chart on the 4 hour and start there. So I will put these rectangles in a group for a second. The fib, yeah, let's put the fib in as well. What's this? Oh yeah, that's some other stuff. What's this fib? Oh, that's the same one. Okay, so cool. We're not gonna cover the weekly. We're just gonna cover the 4 hours. So I'm gonna move this down here. There. And put that there. That should be it. Let me double check here. Prepping. That's of course okay. That's this one first. The bigger support resistance area is not really. Yeah, I mean we can talk about this one. Yeah. The WXY locally. That's less interesting. Base channel, trend channel. The 112 is most bearish. Let's put the channels up. I have a feeling I am missing something, but I guess I don't. No, it should be good. Should be good. Okay. So let's start, shall we? Very nice. Up. Yes, a new script indeed. Coded. So the CVD template will be published when a new update is coming in, and it will be free. Would be nice if people do support by registering with one of the links somewhere, but it will be free. Bogdan, how you doing? Yo, welcome back. It's been a while. Have you been like celebrating like summer holiday or something after passing all your exams and stuff? Like, how you doing? That's been a while. Bogdan, one of the earliest Diamond members, still hanging in there. And a legend in there as well. So cool, nice to see you here, Bogdan. Okay, let's start. I'll keep an eye on the chat as always. We are in minute approaching 14. Okay, minute 14. Samith, welcome. Muddy, welcome as well. Okay, so we definitely have price moving up here, no? It's attempting to pass the local golden pocket, but we'll see. So on the 4 hour time frame, now I'm gonna start minute 15. Give me 20 seconds of more chatting before we start with the analysis. I gotta remember the timestamp. How are you doing, everyone? You have a good day so far? Just got the results for my exams a few days ago. Let's say they are good, so I'm slowly getting into trading. Nice to see your progress. Double the subscribers since last time. Yeah, things are going fast. But yo, congratulations, Bogdan, on passing your exams. Always tricky, right? Exams, it's like nerve-wracking, studying for weeks, if not months, and then hopefully on the day itself, it all works out. But congratulations, and nice that it also gives you a little bit of freedom. Again, to put some time into the chart. Does that mean you now have summer holiday? Or just like in the Netherlands, when you have your exams, after your exams at the end of the year, you have holiday season. But nice that you're getting back into trading. A lot has happened in the meantime, indeed. Yeah, people keep subscribing. Yeah, I don't know. People keep subbing. Something's going on. But yeah, congrats, Bogdan. Okay, minute 16. Let's get this going. So on the 4-hour time frame, the highest probability scenario still is an unfinished impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with inside the blue 3 the internal wide count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? The target area for your wave 4 is commonly the wave 4 of a lower degree. The blue 4 is your higher degree, the wide 4 is your lower degree, meaning from the high to the low of your wide 4 is your general target area 63.2, 66.1k. Inside this area, we do have a nice big blue box here, 64.8, 63.6k, which is an interesting area of support if price comes down there. So that is at least an area of interest. And then, of course, we're looking for price to move up impulsively for your wave of 5. And to the upside, we then still have resistance, 69.1, 69.7. But even more interesting would be 70.9k. There's a lot of resistance there at 70.9k, which is interesting. You have a daily, weekly, and monthly naked point of control all at 70.9k. So it's a volume level. Now inside this wave 4 here, this 4 box, we also have the daily support resistance area in the middle of this range, which has been very nicely respected, right? Sometimes some simple analysis makes life easy. Again, a bit of resistance here, and now it's crossing this box. So interesting, sitting between 64.5 and 65.2k. Now we can use some channels as well with this impulse, and I have been using these channels like since yesterday, and I got great feedback that people really enjoy the explanation that I give with the channels. It makes it easier to follow the waves and people understand a bit better what to look for. So it will be something that I'll talk about more often. And I'm talking about a base channel, trend channel, and an ending channel. But the ending channel is not yet relevant. It's only relevant when we kind of know wave 4 is in and we are starting to look for wave 5. I actually got the feedback to use channels by mainly T-Rens, also known as T. Clepson on YouTube. And I know the theory behind the channels, the Kennedy channeling technique, as it's generally called. I was already familiar with it. Some people tagging me in Discord as well about the channels, and I decided to just put them in the content and see what people think. So yeah, interesting indeed, no? Now this is a base channel, right? A base channel only needs, as all the channels, 3 pivots, but you can put a base channel on your chart very early on. This one is taken from the low, the start of wave 1, to the end of 2, to the end of 1, right? And what you are looking for is a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where then your wave 4 is going to move towards the base channel upper trend line. Sometimes it might end inside the channel, but you don't want to see it preferably going all the way down here. So this would still be fine. And it doesn't necessarily need to hit it, right? But it has to move towards the base channel and preferably move out of the trend channel, which is what you see here. So this is a trend channel taken from the high of 1 to the high of 3 to the low of 2. And preferably a wave 4 of the same degree as 2 is going to break the lower trend line of this channel, which therefore would mean you also get quite close to the base channel, right? So that is something to keep in mind. So you have the base channel and the trend channel. Now the base channel, again, that's the one you will pull first. The moment you break out of the base channel, probabilities increase for an impulsive structure compared to a corrective structure, as commonly corrective structures are ranging inside a channel and don't really break out this far. And then a trend channel, that's when you look for an impulse up. That's when you pretty much pull the channel from, again, high of 1 to wherever the high is, up, 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 up to the low of 2. So the moment price is moving up, you just change the pivot for your wave 3 all the time. So at the beginning, you're going to have maybe this pivot here. And then price moves up, and we still didn't break the lower trend line of the channel, and moves up, and it moves up, and it moves up, and now we're here, right? And preferably, at least hit it would be nice, but yeah, preferably, of course, you then break it following the Kennedy channeling technique. You preferably break that lower trend line of the channel, and that is when you get more confirmation of, hey, you know, we're looking for a wave 4 here of the same degree and another 5 towards the upside. Okay, now on the lower time frames, we can get a finished WXY in here, right? Or we have the unfinished one. Now for the unfinished one, your invalidation is here, and there's not too much resistance above where price is now. We are moving to the upside, and we had quite big bullish CVD divergences here. And earlier in the silver group, I mentioned that you can get a finished WXY in here, but I don't know, it's probability wise the unfinished one works better, but sometimes it's the way it is. Depends if you're going to take out this high or not, because the reason why a finished WXY is less pretty just because of the bullish CVDs. It's interesting to think about this, that we had building here big time. The reason it's not nice is because you need a 535 in here, ABC, and your wave C is a little short, right? Just missed out on hitting the, come on, the 1-to-1, as you can see. Now, if you go to a 3-minute time frame, you will be able to count somewhat of a diagonal structure in here, where we have a bigger move down and then chuck, 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 right? So, okay, potential for your wave C. It has to be an ending diagonal, which means all of the waves have to be 3-wave structures in that ending diagonal. But this is 3-minute counting. Never too big of a fan of such low time frame counting. Then you have a sharp X, and then another 5, flat 3, and another 5 to the downside to finish your Y. And your Y is quite far. Take a trend-based flip from the high to the low of W to the high of X. Toggle on your wave Y target. And it moved below the most common target area, the 1 to the 1.236 here. Right? But it didn't hit the 1.618, which is a rare target for Y. So arguably that's okay. It's not the prettiest, but if you take out this high, probabilities are then higher for a finished 3-wave structure here to the downside. Now, mind you that a WXY can be a sub-degree count of a flat. Be aware. So in that case, you'll have this as your target area for your B. Now, wave B has to be a 3-wave structure, right? So you want to see a 3-wave move towards the upside. If you go up in a straight line, we're going to be looking for a wave 5. No? First, we got to take out this high, remember? But yeah, your common target area here, 69.2, 69.6, in confluence with the resistance box. Very interesting. And then you're going to be looking for a wave C to the downside impulsively to move below the low of A. Now, in that case, of course, we then want to see, first of all, this high broken, then a 3-wave structure, most commonly a zigzag 535, and then a 5-wave move to the downside. And if I then toggle on the channel, then you can see the probabilities are relatively high to move towards the base channel and also break the trend line, or the trend channel, which of course would be good to see when we think about a wave 4. And a flat is a common structure in a wave 4 as well. So it's always a structure we have to keep in mind. Always a structure we have to keep in mind. So therefore, I like to show it in this video in case we do break up and take out the high here. because of all of the bullish CVD divergences we had building here. So this was a scenario I had on my chart yesterday. This is the unfinished WXY, and from a how neat are the targets hit, this scenario would actually be more favorable than a finished WXY. But in both of the cases, we were looking for, price was ranging here during the update yesterday. We were looking for price to move down and then move back up, right? Looking for a three-wave structure at least towards the upside for your B, and then a C to the downside. And in this case, you have a 5-wave A, flat in B, 5-wave in C. You take a trend-based fib from the start to the low of A to the high of your B, and your wave C ended nicely around that 1.236, which is your common target area for a wave C. Then you have a flat in X, and then another 5, 3, 5 for your wave Y. And then your wave Y target is in confluence with the blue box. So as long as you do not take the high of X, this scenario is still valid. It's not invalidated. And here you go. Most common target, 1 to the 1.236, confluence with the blue box, most notably the weekly naked point of control at 64,775. Right? So these are the two I keep an eye on at the moment, either finished or the WXY here, right? Zooming out though, because that is where life becomes usually a bit easier, the highest probability scenario remains an unfinished impulse at the moment. Now that's the bullish scenario. We always need to cover bearish scenarios. This is your first bearish scenario in ABC, very low probabilities compared to an impulse up. Very extended wave C to the 2.618, which is a very rare target. And we also hit the 886 at the high with the first retracement to the upside, which also lowers the probabilities for an impulsive structure to the downside in a wave 1, 2, and then eventually a 3, 4, 5. Secondly, a finished impulse to the upside, 1, 2, 3. For the ones that were hanging out at Alex O'Crypto's stream earlier, I was in his stream and he said, okay, I'm going to attempt to count this to the upside here. And he did the 1, 2, 3, 4, a 5-wave count on the chart. Now, mind you, he's not experienced, but he did a good job for a first time. And that's pretty much your scenario here, but we count a double 1, 2 because it works better and it has a higher probability compared to a leading diagonal. So good on Alex. But that's your finished scenario, finished wave 1, and then you're looking for a bigger corrective structure to the downside in a wave 2 or B, right? And based on the local structure here to the downside, you're preferably looking also for a flat structure because you hit the 886, and again 886 rare for wave 2. So counting this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a zigzag becomes less likely. And because of the 886, it increases probabilities for a corrective structure down here. And that's a 3-wave structure, not a 5-waver, like the WXY. And then a WXY can be a subdegree of a bigger flat. Now, this one does have lower probabilities compared to an unfinished impulse to the upside. And you can also, again, use the channels for this as well. So, if you use the trend channel, from the high of 1 to the end of 3, which is either here or here, it doesn't really matter, and then to the low of 2, then you can see we never here really broke out of the channel in this section. We're still very much in the upper area of this channel, so it lowers the probabilities with the channel that you have a finished wave for, right? And if you are counting this wave C in the most bearish scenario, which is this one, C finish, you want to see a multi 1, 2 to the downside, most bearish, 1, 2, 1, 2, another 1, 2 down, invalidation taking this high. Just generally not the highest probabilities. First of all, because of this being a wave C as explained. And second, we had the 886 for wave 2, which is rare. So probability-wise, the probabilities from an Elliott wave point of view are higher on the 4 hour for an unfinished impulse. We have enough room still to the downside in case it wants to move down. We have a interesting support box here as well. For an unfinished WXY on the lower time frame, we also have the target for wave Y in this blue box together with the weekly naked point of control at 64,775. In that case though, we don't want price to move above 67.4. And if it does move above 67.4 here, your bearish scenario is going to change in an A, where we have then a finished WXY, a B, target for your flat, and then a wave C to the downside. Your bullish scenario is continuation. In other words, take out this high. If we see a 3 wave, think B. If we see a straight line to the upside, think 5. Okay? That's the thought process. No? And yeah, and then locally, yeah, I mean, Elliott waves, I mean, the unfinished WXY respects the measurements a little bit better. Oh, what's happening? Okay, an unfinished WXY fits the measurements a bit better, right? But we have to be aware of a finished WXY, mainly because price has been pushing here with bullish CVD divergences all the time. I am aware that we have an 886 touch here at the low, right? And an 886 is rare for wave 2, as explained also here at the high, right? So it does increase probabilities that a move to the upside is corrective, not impulsive. But with all of the bullish CVDs, that's the thing. And I even mentioned it in the setups channel as well, and I posted it in silver as well, and I posted it in diamond as well. I'm a reactive trader, right? I need to see weakness, and there was bullish CVDs everywhere. We had a little bit of bearish CVD here, right? This one here is not interesting. So here you have the bullish CVDs, right? The green line. We had a bit of bearish CVD here locally. So that was interesting because we did hit the order block, right, on the 30-minute. We hit the order block over here, bit of bearish CVD divergences. So that was absolutely a valid position, a valid short opportunity here. Price moved down, right? Nice short in profit maybe. I didn't take it, but short in profit, stop loss, break even, looking for continuation, because that's of course what you're looking for, right? You're looking for that 3-wave structure, A, B, C, and then you want to see price move down. And then on the 15, we found support on the order block here with more bullish CVD divergences. So yeah, probability wise, from an Elliott wave point of view, the probabilities locally are higher to take the low unless you take out this high. Sometimes it's the way it is. The bullish CVDs locally have played out, but you have an 886 touch here, which increases probabilities to still take out the low. And you have that WXY, which it just works a little bit better unfinished. But now that price pushed to the upside, let's see if we see some solid weakness on the chart. And that would start with at least changing some market structure as well. 66,950 is where we topped out. Let's see, what do we have there? Is that the point of control of this area here? Thank you. The value area high. Okay. So we hit the value area high here as resistance. Let me keep this on the chart here. Make this talk blue. Yeah. So yeah, this now of course is a support resistance area. The blue or the white box here, 66.4, 66.6. And yeah, that's that from an Elliott wave point of view, no? Keep an eye on CVD here. Let's see. Price moving up, CVD moving up here. That's no problem. The high is made here with high CVD, the highest CVD. Price moving down, yellow moving down. So no bearish CVD on yellow. On blue, we had a in candle bearish CVD, which means you have a red candle, but CVD moving up. Meaning in this one candle, there's more buyers than sellers, but it's still closed red, right? Which is a bearish in candle divergence. It played out like the moment you take the low of the candle though. So what I would enjoy seeing is price creating structure to the downside, right? Maybe moving back below, and then have some bearish CVDs between the waves. You know what I mean? Yeah. Losing this would be step one as well, would be nice. And now we are just above the SR level here. I'm gonna remove the fibs. They're not relevant here, the fibs. Put this in there. Okay. Let me quickly write down. When did we start? I think 15. There we go. Yo, Alex, you finished streaming, man. Please, everyone, congratulate Alex. He's gonna get married in 11 days. His wife is selecting her wedding dress, or picking up her wedding dress, or choosing a wedding dress, one of the three, today. And Alex is also going to have a son in September. Beautiful month. It's my birthday month as well. So yeah, congratulations, Alex. Really, really nice. Really, really nice. Enjoy your life together as a married couple. You can still get out of it, eh? Just saying. You know, you can still move away from it. You know, you can't move away from the kid though. You know, it's there. It's gonna get there. But enjoy your time. It's special. Wedding day is amazing. All your family and friends together, both families of course, and friend groups. Yeah, it's awesome. We had a great time with our wedding in March. So enjoy it. August, like Canada is on the same hemisphere as the Netherlands. So does that mean that it's summer there now as well? Anyone here from Canada? Let me quickly check what's been written here, by the way. So we were here. The channels are amazing. Yeah, I like using the channels. It's good. Now locally here, the channels are a little bit tricky in a way, because of course you have the potential for an ABC with a C that is quite extended. But using the channels here, you would go like A, B, and then C, with C being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's your bearish structure. But if you then pull a channel, right, base channel, you just moved above it, retested it, moved away from it again. It's not like this sometimes with those ABCs, if it turns out to be, it's not great to use a channel, but you can use a channel for the WXY. So 1 second. So we then have the WXY. So we then have that, and that. Now this is more interesting. This is a higher degree channel, right? Because this channel looks at the whole move down, and this is your corrective channel, right? And generally a corrective structure is range bound. You know, you can always still, of course, you know, you have the flat scenario just in case you break the high. But for the WXY generally is a ranging structure, and so far we are contained in that range, and price is moving down here. Also moved below the support resistance area. Let's see if there is a possibility for a flat here, yes or no. Low probability for a flat because we did take out the 1.618 here. We hit it, which is a rare target for a flat, just in case this is an ABC and you continue. So if you change the structure, then preferably you're going to be looking for either a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 2 hit the 886, so we got to keep that in mind. That's not really something that supports a wave 2. Or you have A, B, and then you have your wave C. If you do look for a 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, of course your 4 has to be a 3-wave corrective structure, not a straight line to the downside. That would increase probabilities for an ABC here. And wave 4 of a higher degree likes to retrace to the price session of wave 4 of a lower degree, which is where we are already. So moving down in a straight line would be more bearish than bullish. No? Most bullish is a double 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, but then your first wave 2 hit the 886. Your second wave 2 is significantly longer in price than the first, or sorry, the second wave 1 significantly longer than the first wave 1, which is a lower probability. Okay, so we now closed a 15-minute candle below the support resistance area here as well. No. Do you think gaming coins are over? I'm not actually. I don't know gaming coins out of my head. So I have no idea. Of course, the gaming and esports industry is very much alive and up and running with the recent World Championships as well in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh. I'm not sure if they're still ongoing actually, but yeah, usually those coins are not really related to necessarily the esports industry. There's like, it's other companies and random apps and random games and whatnot, or of course gaming platforms. But yeah, I don't have any knowledge about that. Gaming is not over. Christmas, pandemic, or war. Every day when I see a notification from you, it means the end of the workday. That's a nice timing, yo. That's a nice timing. Notification of Koens, and your workday ends. How about that? I posted a count for an ABC up, but wave C went past the 1.618. Are the guidelines for wave C? The common target is the one. So commonly wave C is equal to your wave A, which means the 1 to the 1.236 is a common target for your C. The 1.618 is still a target. It's just a little less common compared to the 1 to the 1.236. But wave C has a tendency to be a bit longer and end on high volume. But moving past the 1.618, that's generally not great for a wave C. It just reduces probabilities, right? Which in the end is what we use. So this wave C is also quite extended. Depends a little bit what pivot we use. This is very range bound sideways price action. If we use the higher here, then we have moved above the 1.618 clearly with this move up here. And if we use the lower one even more, maybe even above the 2.618. So, no, we're still below the 2.618. So, an impulse is also because of the bullish CVD, definitely something to look for. But from an Elliott wave point of view, a WXY unfinished is still something I keep an eye on, but this move is quite stretched for a wave C. So yeah, I like to just observe the local price action. Yeah. So of course, if you break this high, probability is higher to continue up, hit the resistance. We have bullish CVD. Let me zoom out here. 5. Yeah, we do have bullish CVD. I don't think the AI recognizes it, but you can see it here. Higher low in price, and again on yellow, lower low on the CVD. So you really got to break. You got to break the market structure as a minimum, because this A, B, C, this can be a flat. No, see the range here: A, B, impulse C. Not break the low, and continue. Bit of bullish CVDs here as well. Let's see if I can make the. No, it's not seeing it yet. Maybe this candle has to close before it. Oh no, it shouldn't. Mr. Friends got an improvement. Let me actually let me send this. Gonna send it. Okay. Just wrote a message to the developer of this template with the lines here about the small little bullish CVD that we can spot, but that the code is not recognizing. Yeah, also on the 3-minute. Okay, but yeah, we're now below the support resistance. Let's see what happens. Chatting and Q&A. Also that. Okay, Canada is summer as well. Okay, same as the Netherlands then. 4-hour chart has one rising channel. That's correct. That's correct. Mark, maybe a band-aid. Welcome. Maybe a band-aid. Some good sleep. He tried to catch the low at some point. I don't know. Was it 53? And it cost him his sleep. And he's already for 2 weeks trying to get back to like solid sleep, not feeling tired. Hello, Elliott Wave enthusiast. Have a great counting trading day. What's up, Rudy? How you doing? Welcome. Welcome. Every single hardcore gamer is 100% against crypto gaming. Without mass adoption, it remains a vaporware. Yeah, I mean, the gamers I know are not really involved with crypto gaming, and I mean, neither am I. I used to be a pro for 11 years. I'm in that industry and also still play some roles in that industry for 18 years now in total, and I never really got in touch with crypto gaming. We will wait and see where it goes, I suppose. Current K. The 886, right, should be taken from a clear high or low, after which you expect an impulse. So it doesn't matter if it's against or with the trend, because here I can pull a fib at the high, right, where we then have the 886, right? We have a clear pivot. if this is a significant high and we look for an impulse down, we want to counter wave 1, 2, and then eventually 3, 4, 5. But your wave 2 hit the 886, reducing probabilities for an impulse down, increasing probabilities for a corrective structure. Now, same at the low, I can pull a fib here, low to the high, 886 is touched. All right? Same probabilities, but this time at the low here. Right? If you look for an impulse, 1, 2, 3, 886 is rare for a wave 2. It's the way it is. Of course, there's no 100%, right? There's no, the 886 is touched, so it's 100% not going to continue in an impulse. But the probabilities would be on the side. But you got to be able to find the correct pivots. So, for example, I would not like randomly use a pivot here in the middle of a move down, or use this one here, right? I wouldn't use this. Yeah. What I would use is, for example, the low here and the low here and the low here, because I'm interested in looking, okay, you know, if we get a potential strong move here to the upside, right? If we come down, do we then hit the 886 again? Yes or no? And if that's a yes, the probabilities are higher to still look down. So if the 886 every time gets touched, the probabilities are higher to continue that trend towards the downside. And the fact that we touched it here simply also increases probabilities that any structure down here is not impulsive but corrective. So lower probabilities for 1, 2, 3. Higher probabilities for WXY, ABC, you know, those type of moves. So it's more about the pivots you choose. And it's important to use it, I mean, I do, in combination, of course, with Elliott waves, where on the 4-hour, right, we're looking for a bigger 3 to end and start the 4. Or in the bearish scenario, end the C, or end a bigger 1 and look for a bigger drop. And in that case, you preferably want to see an impulsive structure to the downside where wave 2 doesn't hit the 886. Now, are there any fib time targets for wave 3? Not really. Wave 3 most commonly is the longest, strongest, most impulsive wave. So it's best for wave 3 to just wait for a range to form. Wave 3s can be long. Generally, of course, they're very fast, they're very quick, they're very impulsive, they're high volume, but they can easily be longer than a wave 1. So it's you don't generally use time. It's mainly waiting for the next range to form and then count the range. And if eventually a range is the same size as wave 2, we start to look for wave 4 and 5. Milan, welcome. Good to have you here. Milan. Don't know your question though. What comes from here? Offline, welcome. Leytonstone Road. How are you doing, handsome name? Hi, of course. I don't see anyone's faces. Live bug fix report to Mr. Friends. Yeah, exactly. Can we download to see? Not yet. Still have to share. Bearish retest. We have little bullish CVD here. Before I get interested in shorting, I need to see bearish CVD, for example, right? I need to see something that shows me like it wants to go down. And at the moment, we don't have bearish CVD. We haven't changed market structure even with the low here. We just made another higher low with more bullish CVDs. And we have a scenario where you do have a low and we look for an impulse up. Big bullish CVD divergences here have already played out. So we can check mark these. So that's this one here. Check. So bullish CVD. Look at the yellow line moving down here, right? Higher highs, yeah, lower high, right? So bullish CVD. But these have now played out. So now I'm interested in just observing this part of the price action. So this section here. I'm not interested in the bullish CVDs here anymore. I want to see what's happening here. And the probabilities from an Elliott wave point of view are in the analysis here. It's kind of meh about it. You know, I'm so in the esports, I'm not really like general gaming, but in the esports industry, I stay up to date with what's happening as a board member of the Global Esports Federation, a very big organization. And COVID, of course, were very good years. Pandemic, everyone at home playing video games. After COVID, small little, 1 year, 1.5 years of downside. It kind of stabilized. But even though the esports is now accepted at the Olympics as well, with the I don't know what name they used again, whatever official esports Olympics are now officially accepted by the board of the Olympic Federation. I think that happened yesterday, a few days ago. So esports is very much growing on the fundamental side. But revenue side is still very difficult for the industry. It's very difficult to run a profitable organization in esports unless you are a game developer and you have an esports title. Of course, that's incredibly profitable. But most of the esports teams are not earning anything. They're just losing money year after year after year. There's exceptions, right? Team Liquid does a great job, but look at FaZe and their stock. I mean, holy moly, and many more esports teams struggle. So there's a lot of sponsorship money, and especially during the pandemic, lots of investors see all the big numbers and they're like, fuck, we got to be part of this, da-da-da. And now many realize like, it's not that, in analysis we would say rooskleurig. It's not as hype as money flowing as we thought, as profitable as we thought. Now hopefully some of those investors think long term, because of course there's a lot of opportunities down the road and long term with where the industry is going and all the decisions that are made also recently then with the Olympics. So there's gonna be a time where it will get there, but they gotta hang in, gotta hang in. If it's not finished, pretty much the blue box that I have to the downside, 64.8, 64.7, the high of the box. Bullish CVDs played out, but we have new ones here. So these ones, this played out, right? But now with the drop, you create new ones again. So, Joe, welcome. How do I find CVD that you use? So the template cannot yet be downloaded with the lines. That will come. But you can go, so that I'm talking to the guy that's coding it and developing that. So I'm waiting for an update, and then I'll share it, and it will be free. But it would be very respected if it would be nice if people register with one of the links to at least support the channel, and everything that's free, it would be kind. So that is something that I'll at least ask, but it will be free and it will be then be shared as well. And people that register as well, put $100 in, will also get access to the Koen Setups channel. But CVD without the lines can be found in the Good to Know channel. This is your website, AGGR, right? And then here's the template. Put it back there. Wave 3 can't be the smallest in time. It's also it can't. So there's no rule that says wave 3 can't be shorter than wave 1 in time. The only rule is wave 3 can't be the shortest in price, but not in time. It can only, so there's only 3 rules in Elliott waves actually. Wave 2 can't go below wave 1, or sorry, wave 1, sorry, I say below, but that's in a bull market. Wave 2 cannot go beyond the origin of wave 1. Wave 3 cannot be the shortest wave price-wise of 1, 3, and 5. And wave 4 is not allowed to overlap with wave 1. Those are the only rules in whole of Elliott waves. All the other stuff is guidelines. Yeah. So a wave 3 can be very short, but of course, usually wave 3 is the longest, strongest, and most impulsive wave, which kind of means it's a longer than wave 1 and wave 5. Yeah, there is that potential offline. Absolutely, yeah. It's a pain for the eyes as well. Now this 886 on the 4 hour, right? That one is most interesting on the 4 hour time frame, touching the 886 or the 1 hour. But for the 4 hour probabilities of looking for a wave 4 and still a wave 5 up, this 886 is important. But yeah, locally here, this 886, yeah, it's annoying, no? But the way it is, it's not like, oh, we touch an 886, I'm gonna short here. You know, it's just if price moves up, we got to be aware of a fall to the downside. But if price then continues up with more bullishivity and more and more and more, eventually you got to change mindset as well. But now we're just ranging. See if we continue. Pleasure, Karen K. You can say Rosie. Yeah, that's a good one. Niet rooskleurig, Rosie. Ace, welcome. Joe Fulcher, welcome. You are welcome, I suppose. Bitcoin is such a liquidity hunter. Yes, it's going up to wipe shortest out. 86 very quick to 618 and take higher low. Yeah, the golden pocket generally is a good one. So if you do head in 886 and you then touch the golden pocket, you actually want to preferably see continuation down. If it moves above the golden pocket, then yeah, I don't know exact probabilities there, but it becomes more likely to take the high, and then you just got to observe the move down. Wow, Gen D, you finally got the hoodie. That's took a while. I guess there are still a couple of packages that are like on their way, but I'm happy to hear you got it, man. Wow, finally. Blaster, are you here? Blaster. Yo, Blaster. I literally, 1 second here. 1 second. Okay. For whatever reason, I know the reason, but it makes it interesting. So let me check, Blaster. You had the t-shirt, right? And in the post office thing, I wrote your address, right? Including the postal code. And I got the package back today, to my surprise. And it said, not enough address details on the package or something. Like, 1 second, I'm going to grab it. 1 second. Okay, here it is, right? Here it is. So I have your address literally copied from what you wrote me. I of course won't say it on a live stream, but it's right, 28 ARM. Okay, right, and then the postal code, 5 digits, starting with the 3, and then so it says address unknown, and I'm like, I literally just got it back. So it's returned because either incomplete address or unknown address. Now, what might help is send me an email again with your address, but also your real name, because now on the package I wrote Blaster as first name and Blaster as surname because I didn't have your name. But that's not the problem. That's not what they write here. So the problem is the address, but I don't understand why it says invalid address. So just know that I have it here. I will resend it, right? But I'll only resend it after we got in touch, yeah? So that we like can we can like coordinate. You know, I'll just send it and then let you know when it's sent. Yeah, very interesting. Reloads, what's up, man? Ace. Yeah, just send me an email again. Just send me again your address, your name, so that I can fill in your name as well. Yeah, and then we go edit again. Huh. Do you need a interpreter? Probably you mean translator. First of all, nice you speak good French. I can learn something from you. But no, well, when we're there, so I speak a little bit of French, but I need a solid warm up. That's for sure. The first few weeks will be a lot of learning. I'll probably take a few on the spot lessons there. And we have found an agency that can help us with translation of official, not like translating documents, but we need to go to the notary. I need to set up my business there. We need to check if our wedding vows are according to the law. So, you know, we need to go to the notary, and that's like the difficult stuff where they use difficult language, and I don't understand difficult language in French. So we have a translator, or we know a company that can help us out there. Yeah. It's going to be quite the experience because this is the first time. So even though I'm half French, I have a French passport, I'm not raised in two languages. At high school, I did follow like French as a topic, like the French language, and it actually was my best topic, my best subject at school besides sports. So it's in there somewhere, but I never spoke it in the Netherlands. So it's going to be a challenge at the beginning. Moving to another country, my wife and I don't speak French. Luckily, the newer generation and quite a lot of people do speak English, but also a lot of people don't. So yeah, when we went to France to sign for the apartment, we had to have home insurance, of course. So we went to home insurance there, and my mom was with us, and she's French, so that helps. And the guy that was there talking with my mom mainly of the insurance company, he didn't speak English. So I kind of tried to follow the conversation, but I'm happy my mom was there because, you know, it makes life difficult. Not to speak the local language, but we will get there. It's just a matter of practice, you know. Matter of time, matter of practice. Mm-hmm. Oh, we also had a small bullish CVD here. Right, higher low on blue, lower low. That one already played out though. But interesting on the 3 minute. Of course, now we touched the 886 here as well. Legionario, welcome. Welcome. I always find it funny when so I do a live stream and then I end the live stream, and then soon after I see a comment coming in from Legionario, and he says, "Hi everyone." But then of course the stream's already finished, watching the VOD, and then I always reply, "Hello," but of course the stream's already finished by the time. Yeah, funny. So we had this one here, we had this one here, and we have this one here. A little late. You're good. We're still live. How long have we been live for? 1 hour 11. My sheet says wait 1 second, I gotta ask something to my wife. Yeah, so I was already thinking. So we get a visitor soon because she is gonna take something we give away all our stuff because we're moving, of course. So someone is gonna pick up more stuff, and she will come between 4 and 5. So I will just stream till she's here. But then the moment I hear the doorbell ringing, I gotta move, 20 push-ups. We have to help the algorithm. Appreciate it, Legionario. Too many people look at the weekly chart and think, whoa, price looks pumped, and they immediately jump on the bias train of thinking that scenarios involve a crash is more likely. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. So at least luckily we are not one of those people. Before you start thinking bearish, you really gotta see significant weakness on such a high time frame. Are there still hats and t-shirts available? This stuff was giveaway. There was the 10K giveaway stuff that we did. So I don't have a merch store, but yeah, we're gonna be working on a website in the next quarter of 2024. So at the end of 2024, like next month, maybe we start, maybe September, and then so I'll see if I can maybe add a merch store for whoever is interested. And what I think is interesting is I can put a few things on there myself, but what I would really like to do is that people can put their own stuff on the website as well that they create, of course, preferably Koens related. But actually the girlfriend of Jeroen, she's been designing a Koens trading shirt, and she's like she wrote, like, she's handmade making it. Like, it's very, very impressive. It's quite cool, and it brought me on the idea, if people are creative and they create this stuff, then why not them? Like, why not, or why can't they create an account and then just sell it? And if someone likes it, and they earn money by having like a little shop, like an Etsy, but then on a Koens trading website, I suppose. And then you can also help other people. So of course a small portion of the commission goes to Koens trading, like, I don't know, 10% or 20% is usual, or whatever. That stuff I have to research, but I think it's the same with like Shopify and Etsy and whatnot, because it's the hosting, it's the whatever. But yeah, people can design their stuff and then just, I think that's quite cool. And there's a lot of creative people in the community. I'd like some Koens diapers. What you saying? What you saying? You want to shit in the Koens diapers? No. I see. Norris has done the right thing to let PS3 pass in the race last weekend. Before I answer this question, how many Australians are here? Guys, press 1 if you watched Formula 1 last weekend. Press 1 if you watched Formula 1 last weekend, Joe. No? Press 1. I'm curious. Okay. Okay, definitely a few of you. Yeah, most will be asleep. Wow, guys, why are there so many people from Australia? What's the time? Wait 1 second here. How late is it in Australia? You guys are like night birds, night owls. That's how they call it, no? A night owl. No, Australia, not Austria, Flotti. Yo, I know you're from Austria. We're talking about Australia. But hey, okay. So first of all, to all the Australians, congratulations with the win of Oscar Piastri. I think he had a great race, especially in the first half. Now that's where things get tricky because McLaren fucked up the strategy. It's not Norris's fault, it's McLaren's fault. And they should own their mistake, in my opinion, and don't put it on Lando Norris by saying everything they did over the radio. It's just stupid. So I wouldn't have had any problems with Norris just saying like, fuck you, you know, like you gave me this strategy. I'm faster in the second half, right? Extending from 3 seconds to 6 seconds. I'm just going to win it. And I'm also in the championship battle. So, you know, Norris or Piastri, however, did help Norris, of course, a few times as well. And it is a team in the end. But if you would ask it, you know, not every driver would, I guess, do it. I think what Lando should have done is just let Piastri through after the pit stops, give in those 3 seconds, and then have 20 laps to overtake Oscar again and drive away. That was going to happen. But I think it is awesome that we have 7 different winners. I really like that Piastri won a race. I was looking forward to Piastri owning a race. The problem is that now he won a race, but now it's like he only won the race because Lando Norris let him pass. It destroys the whole vibe of him winning a race. Yes, on paper, it's a win, but in reality, everyone will remember the win just because Lando let him pass. So it takes away the win, if you know what I mean, which is a pity because Oscar Piastri is an amazing driver, adjusted very quickly to Formula 1. So yeah, that was really fun. It was a fun race. And the drama made it fun as well. McLaren's, I mean, how can you fuck up a 1-2? Like, no, well, yeah, very interesting. They're trying to cover Lewis Hamilton, who is like 10 seconds behind Lando Norris, not even close to undercut range. And they get Norris in. I don't get it. But of course, we are the home analysts. But I do think sometimes they have analysis paralysis. They should probably watch my analysis paralysis video. Like they have so much data and they're like, what are we going to do? And then eventually they make some random decision. Maybe less is more in the sport as well. Just stop having so much info and just also have some common sense and be like, yeah, but if we pit Lando now, then yeah, he's gonna undercut Oscar Piastri, you know, and then for good measure they let Oscar Piastri drive around for one more lap just to make sure that Lando Norris is actually in front of Piastri after the pit stops. Like, and then why do we speak about Formula 1? Because we're in the chatting and Q&A session. We already did the analysis. Of course I answer questions, But we were talking about Formula One because of a question. MLT90, by the way, welcome. Newest member, good to have you here. Nice badge. Starts with bronze. We'll get other colors eventually, but good to have you here. Quite a lot of people from Australia, by the way. The ones were for people that watched the race. Yeah, Max trying to blame Lewis for turning in on him. Yeah, I mean, he blocked his. He locked up, and then he went straight. Of course, there's not a lot of space, but why would you give a lot of space? It was a valid move until he locked up and Lewis turned, and I was quite amazed that the car of Max was still working. Like, did you see the angle? It's crazy. US stocks is down, crypto is up. I heard, like, over the past couple of days that the relationship between Bitcoin and some other markets it's not there at the moment. He could have. Yes, I agree, Saraga. Yeah. Thank you, Mohib. Thank you. But so we don't need like a translation of a document, but we go to the appointment with a translator, just like on the spot. Just Mohib, could you send me a DM in Discord, and I'll just add you to a list that I have in a Word document with people in the community that do or can do certain things. So I can always reach out if we need it. So I it's actually quite a nice list. So some people have certain skills and or a certain background, and I just have a list of people and I just write what they do. And they said, hey, if you need this or that, or I work in real estate, I work in that. And of course, I don't do anything for free. If you translate my stuff, you get paid for that stuff. That's how the world works, right? I'm not here to benefit because I have a YouTube channel. What I provide here is for free. No? And else I would have done all of this on a paid platform, but it's on YouTube. So no worries about the free. But yeah, just send me a DM in Discord and I'll add you in the list that I have. Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton will be fire. Yeah, and the longer the season continues, the more I think Carlos Sainz and Lewis Hamilton in Ferrari. I mean, look, of course, Leclerc is like the homeboy. But, oh boy, is he having actually a tough season. Yeah, he won Monaco. Wow. But Sainz is a lot more consistent this year compared to Leclerc. And I really like that. Because Sainz got bumped out of Ferrari because of Lewis. But he is performing better than Leclerc over the season so far. He's very consistent, and I like to see it. I like to see it. Can we short now? If you have a plan or a strategy that tells you to short, of course, you should take it. 886 touch, not yet from the high, I think. No, I just missed out. So the bullish CVD is here now, also played out. Let me actually write Mr. Friends as well that the bullish CVD played out. Let me circle so he knows. This one here got taken. Copy image. The little one did play out. Was visible on a 3-min and 5-min. I never checked 1-min personally. Pop, pop, pop. Live updates, live bug fixing. Oop. Yeah, exactly. Like, I saw the Rocket League meme on the internet. See, still possible? Nah, it's probabilities are higher for impulsive structures, volume increasing. This is a very high C. Yeah. So 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5. Now the volume is increasing now, of course, so preferably we're looking for wave 3 price action. But in that case, there's two scenarios to keep in mind. A finished 4 and move up in 5, then you want to see a straight line. Or you have a wave A, you want to see a 3 wave B, hit the resistance, 5 wave C, to then create a flat in a bigger 4. But yeah, this being a 3-wave structure now becomes increasingly complicated. A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C would have been nicer to end here, but now we took the high again. No? And WXYs and stuff are not really on the cards here. So what's happening on the 3-min? So yeah. A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, C. If we want to be thinking about a flat, then you preferably have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look for 4, another 5. End this as an A. Go down for a B and then a wave C. What do we have to the upside with resistance here? Chuck. We pretty much only have a daily. Value area high. Point of control. So we do have some volume levels here. And then you have the daily just above. Yeah. But yeah, so far, I mean, you gotta take out this high to then look for A, B, C or impulsive continuation. This is your invalidation for the bearish scenarios. Also, by the way, time-wise, 1 second here. From the high to the low. Where are we? We are approaching the 4-fib time. If we're looking for an A, B, C and a bigger wave Y. So it's still valid from a time perspective. It's just that counting this correctively now becomes increasingly complex with price making higher highs for an ABC. Preferably we had A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, C finish down. But we created a higher high, more bullish CVDs played out. And going into WXYs like zigzags, you need A, B, C, X, and then A, B, C, Y. That's it's a very awkward structure as you can see. But like, look, from an Elliott wave point of view, it's actually it's a nicer look, better respected targets for the subwaves. If this is a WX and you still have a Y, but wait, oh, that's interesting. But we also have a scenario where your low is in and you move back up, which starts to increase in probabilities with what we are seeing. And the bearish scenario in that case would then be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look for a 4, and then 5, hit resistance, right? A, B, C, and then C here, and then down, right? That's your... Why is my Control Z so awkward? I gotta refresh again. 1 second, refresh. Up. Shirley, well, good to have you back. Nice to see you. Indeed, in a long time. So surely everyone, a while back, before TradingView made it only useful for higher subscriptions, Market Profile with TPO surely was the one that found a very good TPO indicator on TradingView actually. But now TradingView said only the highest subscriptions can use this, and I don't need those. I have Essential. I don't use TPO in my analysis, but it was a good indicator. So if you do have a high subscription, I think you need what? Let's see if I shouldn't be able to use it, right? I was able to use it. Then they bumped it up. Oh, well, there we go. Very, very interesting. Why can I use it now? Time price opportunity. There was, oh, right. Okay, this one. Okay, so I apparently favorited the wrong one. This is the TradingView one. Right, yeah. Technicals, time price opportunity. Okay, yes. Okay, now I know. So this was the one that we were using. And then they decided, okay, it's only for premium to ultimate. And then the alternative was the one from Drother. But I don't use it. The TradingView one is nicer, but yeah, no. You got to be a higher subscription, but I don't need it. The only reason I want a subscription is so that I can have multiple alarms. Who's your favorite driver? The underdog. I don't really care. I just want to see good racing. So I like it that PS3 wins. I like it if Norris wins. I like it if, I don't know, Ocon wins for my sake, you know. I just want to see fun racing, yeah. Huda Verdi, welcome. Wave 4 of the whole move is in. Yeah, the probabilities do increase for bullish scenarios, of course, with the move to the upside that we have. Pretty much almost like flipping the value area high. Boom a boom, welcome. Occam's razor solution. I don't know what that is. What is your view on Glean Neely Neowave? I'm unfamiliar with Neowave and Glean Neely as well. I've heard his name. I've heard about Neowaves, but yeah, I guess as far as I know, it's just a variation of Elliott waves that is well marketed. And yeah, I don't know. I've never used it. Where are you from? I'm from the Netherlands. Holland, yo. You told Hamilton you had a fast car 7 years ago. Wasn't that Norris, I believe? But yeah, it's true. It's all, arguably it's more about the car. Can I do a short now? If it's according to your plan, you can always. Let me be quick here. Wow. Gotta be quick. Yeah, the probabilities are high with the extension we have here that we are looking for an impulsive structure in an A or your 5. Analysis paralysis. It's a well-known thing in trading. It's over-analyzing the chart using too many tools, too many lines. Fucks things up. Joe, Ali, welcome. Downside levels. Well, first of all, you now have this support resistance area, 66.4, 66.6, and then down here, 64.8 to 63.6K. I'm so confused inside of wave A. Yeah, wave A can be a 5-wave or a 3-wave structure. I don't recommend going, if you would count this as an ABC, I don't recommend going to the 3 or 5 minute time frame. You know, it's generally not really ideal. Sticking around on the 15, 1 hour works better. And if a certain structure is confusing you, then make sure to be patient and wait for clarity to come. If you have clarity on a 4-hour time frame, and not on the 15, then trade the 4 hour, right? And just wait for the 15 to become more clear. Mark. These daily lives keep stealing my boyfriend for a good hour every single day, bro. He likes you more than me now. I mean, what can I say? What can I say that will not hurt the relationship between you and your boyfriend now? No, like, you're also here for a while now already, so now you're watching together. It's not Netflix and chill, it's Koen's Trading and chill now, you know? Oh boy. Look at you go, couple goals, no? Say hi to your boyfriend for me. I don't know who your boyfriend is, just, you know, but say hi to him. Hi from Koens from the Netherlands. And Sylvia, nice to see you pop in here as well. Big schnitzel. I do like some schnitzel. To see what the reason is. Ah, okay. Ah, well, I don't know. Maybe it's the analysis part or the chatting and Q&A. Answering the questions and talking about all sorts of stuff. Oh, look at it's fun. It's quite funny that like the boyfriend is watching all the time, and then the girlfriend goes and checks out the channel just to see like what are you actually doing all the time. Welcome, Sylvia. Welcome. Yeah, maybe one day you'll be watching together. Andy, this is Andy. I swear, I haven't seen the name, but I know the profile pic. Welcome, Andy. There you go. You got yourself the gold logo now. Thanks for the support, man. So that's your third month now, gold logo. There you go. Cheers, Andy. When you need fast translate, for example. Oh, like that. Yeah, you can, Mohib, you can also send me an email, koenztrading@outlook.com, and just tell me what you do, and I'll add you in the list. Also possible. So koenztrading@outlook.com. Needs more panic. Hey, for me, my car didn't allow me to ride when I drive, and I was only watching till now. What's up, Boris? How you doing? Yeah, don't drive and text, no? Yes, Mohib, that's perfect. Koen's up. Oh, welcome to Koen's up. You for free point of control. Yeah, I mean, you can, for the point of control, you can just use the fixed range volume profile. Yeah, but there is other options if you want to know about point of controls. Of course, fixed range volume profile is one, mainly used for ranges. There's an indicator called market sessions and volume profile by Leviathan, which is quite helpful when you want to see a daily point of controls, right? So the red lines are the daily point of controls, upper blue and lower blue are the value areas. And you can switch this to also other time frames, right? To see other point of controls. And you can use Exo charts and ATAS, but that's a third party, so you need to download other software. I personally use ATAS, and my templates are also shared in Discord. Down here. Oops, this one. No? I didn't see his history, but I kept hearing the same voice every day, so I was like, let me check this guy out. I'm so curious who your boyfriend is now. I'm not even sure if he ever wrote in the chat, of course. Yo, maybe next time when he comes in the chat again, he will write like, yo, my girlfriend was watching last time. And then we'll know. And I will tell him, you got to spend more time with Sylvia. Got to spend more time with your girlfriend. You know? Got to have your priorities straight. Oh. Funny one. He should open an ASMR channel. And then you hear me chewing, biting cucumber. And so. 66.6, 67.2. Yeah, that's such a short range. We pretty much already hit 67.2. These type of questions are usually not like where the probabilities increase for an impulse, right? But it doesn't mean you go up in a straight line. You can always range sideways before continuation. So you can never really. I don't have a glass ball, but with regards to risk management, yeah, you gotta be aware of both. Oh yeah, you do have indicators in TradingView that do the Elliott wave analysis for you, but they're really bad. I have never found one that's good. What plan do you have on TradingView? Essential. TPO and value areas. I don't think I ever made a video about TPO. Value areas is so generally when you use, for example, the volume profile here, right? You see value area high in blue and low in blue, and the value area includes 70% of the volume that is traded in the whole range that I have selected. So from the price action starting here to here, 70% of the volume is traded here. And it is 70% because that's most commonly used here. Value area volume is called, it's 70. So that's what you then use. You can change the number, but 70 is most common. And it just gives you boundaries. It's a support resistance area. And TPO, well, time price opportunity. TPO is for me mainly useful. So I don't use it, but if I would use it, it's mainly useful to look for strong highs or strong lows. What do I mean? Let's see if we can identify a weak low here or strong, because I'm not yet like we're not like where's the juice? So what you wanna see is, so this is like TPO, right? This is what you see. You see all the letters and stuff. I won't really go into this. But what you're looking for is if you create a strong high or a strong low, then preferably you create a couple of blocks that are on top of one another, but it's only one. So a row of one. So here you can see there's two J's, right? And preferably you create 2 or more, 3 or more to identify a strong high or strong low, a significant high or a significant low. Because if you create a weak low or a weak high, the probabilities are higher to revisit that high or low. Now this indicates this is like a free one market profile with TPO, but I don't use this. If you can, just use the TPO from TradingView. Right, that's the better one. And just put it on the chart. Go to the different time frames and observe the reversal areas. Observe the highs and the lows. And just observe what you see on the TPO, how many single blocks are on top of one another, right? There should be a couple here. And see if you revisited that area at a later stage, yes or no. Right? A strong high or a strong low is a higher low that you can also call it single prints, but that has a couple of blocks of one row, so one row of blocks, which means that price spent very little time in that area creating that wick, and it creates support and probabilities increase to move away from it. Yeah, I have essential. You never. Yeah, cheers, Shirley. I mean, yeah, you found it, and it also helps. You've been a subscriber already for a long time, so I always recognize the people that come back or that share stuff like the indicator as well. So, yeah, thanks to you, and yeah. Always happy to give credit. Credit where due. Do you offer mentoring one versus or one-to-one? Not at the moment. Not at the moment. I get this question more and more as the channel is growing. But one-on-one also costs a lot of time, which means it's going to be a bit of an issue unless the price is bumped up, like it's going to be very expensive. So it's not going to be priority. I think that with regards to mentoring, I guess that about Elliott waves, the gold membership is the best bet. And if you think about creating a plan or a strategy, it's probably diamond, right? That's what they're for. Diamond also includes gold and silver. Gold also includes silver. But one-on-one mentoring, I've been thinking about it. I have been creating a little bit of like a plan of, hey, if I would do one-on-one, what are going to be the steps that I lead people through. And, you know, of course, you need exercises. People need to do things. So I've just been thinking about it, but it's nothing serious just yet. But it's at least something that's on my mind, just because of the questions I get. Bitcoin conference will start tomorrow. Bullish probabilities may be higher with the hype. Yeah, I don't know what previous conferences have done. It's not really something I'm really involved in. So I'd be curious to see what price does tomorrow. Might include or increase some volatility at least. Andy, how are you doing? Pleasure, Saeed. 8 years. Wow, congrats on the longevity. Many people don't make it till 8 years. But it's a pleasure. And thanks for popping in, writing a message, following the channel, and I'm happy to hear that it has helped you as well. That's awesome. That's awesome. I actually want to... I like it. I like the message. Pop. I'm going to save it. Thanks, Saeed. That's awesome. Appreciate it. Chest to be tester, 50 push-ups. Koens and Chill, koensup.com. Yeah, that's going to be the link of my website. Watch your videos and understand working out the extension target for wave 5 on basically, but you can... When using 12124545 scenario. What from the final wave 5? The final wave 5 extensions are taken from the first 1-2. Right? So... because your final 5 is in the same degree as your first wave 1. So if you use the 1-to-1 trend-based fib to look for a target for 5, you take it from the start of 1 to the end of 1 to the end of the first 2. First 1, first 2. Oh, sorry. Start of 1, end of 1, end of the wave 4 of the same degree. Okay, this might be very confusing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Target for this 5. Trend-based fib extension from the low to the first 1 to the final 4. Toggle on the 1-to-1. That is one target. Trend-based fib from the low to the high of your 3 to the low of 4. Toggle on the 0.618. FYI, this is your impulse, right? And then you have a sub-degree impulse in 3. And then a fib from the start to the end of 4, wave 5 target, right? Those are like your 3 main measurements. It's interesting that price moves up. We're at the value area high, but it's not continuing. It's a very awkward ending for corrective structure, not gonna lie, but what are we doing here? A little bit of bearish CVDs, but these already played out. That was on yellow. Bit of a bit weird price action here. We didn't yet invalidate the bearish scenario with the WXY where we still gun for the lows. We still have the 886 here as well. But if we want to count this as what? A, B, C, then what? A, B, and then we need C. 1, 2, 3, 4. How do we count as 5? You know, it's such an ugly... Preferably this was your 5 in that case. So probabilities would be higher to then have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, range in 4, and then look for another 5, finish in A, for then a bigger flat. But then you don't really want to go down this far here. So you'll be looking for a range to form and then move up, finish a 5, therefore finish your A, and then move down in a B. And then you're going to create a zigzag to the upside, or at least for the bearish scenario, to create a bigger flat. It would be interesting. Yeah, awkward last couple of candles here. Pleasure, Shirley. Very interested to know what you're using. Elliott Waves is a great tool in general. Very, very valuable. But it really helps to use other tools as well in trading, like CVD, something that I like to use myself. Yeah, it's a pleasure. I like seeing people go through the course and following everything, and hopefully, you know, it significantly helps them in their trading. Do you get to vote in the French elections? I do have a French passport, and I guess when I live there, the answer would be yes. Please signal Bitcoin. I don't provide signals. I do talk about good Elliott Wave setups and explain what I'm looking for, which is the first link in the description, if you want to know more. I might spend more time with Pookie that way. I'm learning the lingo. Next up, Sylvia and the boyfriend be watching together and then chatting through my chat. Like one is in room A, the other person is in room B. And instead of using WhatsApp or whatnot, they'll be chatting to one another in the chat here. Oh, honey, you know, did you already buy the stuff for lunch? Yeah. How much margin do you use? Leverage. So I always trade isolated. It's just the way I prefer to trade. And leverage is standard on 5 or 10x. Pookie. This high here did not hit the 886 on my chart from the high to the low here. Yes, Trackmania is the game I played professionally for 11 years. Third in the world in that game. Oh, he's speaking again. Might increase volatility again. Overlooked a question about Verstappen. No, I mean, I'm not sure which one it was, but yeah, I mean, he locked up in turn 1. It's his fault, no? I gotta say, like, it was a bit annoying. He was whining a lot, so like, you know, which also destroys the race. Jay, welcome. Hiwa, welcome as well from Iran. When are you going to make a book? Ooh, what do you want me to write a book about? Elliott Waves? By the way, I already have a book, yo. 1 second. It's just not Elliott Waves related, but I'm already an author, guys. My Gaming Child. There we go. That's me, together with my co-author. She's a writer. So in the book, I'm the expert. She's the writer, the you know, professional writer, because I'm not a professional writer. You know, I'm not like. Oh, you guys know this picture. Up. There you go. I'm already an author, but it's not trading related. And you know, not too many people know what I have done, or you know, what I do in the background. But I've been in the gaming and esports industry for 18 years now, and I've done many things. And one of those things is helping parents with gaming children for 6 years, and the book is one of those products. Yeah, it's a Dutch book though. I don't have an English version, unfortunately. Maybe one day, I mean, maybe a if someone can, like, look, the thing is, I don't have the time to translate the book in English. It's made in Dutch because the agency that I worked with made it in Dutch. They focus on the Dutch market, and yeah, it's never been translated. But yeah, I'm already an author. It's just not Elliott Waves related. But a trading book or Elliott Wave book. Jeroen currently is working on designing a PDF with Elliott Wave related information, but also things that I have discovered. So like things about the 886 and the 0.7 for WXY and some other stuff. So he's currently working on that. He's doing an amazing job. And I'm also planning to eventually create a pocket book. Now, 1 second. And this is something that I got from my medical study. So I used to be a medical student studying to become a doctor. And one of the books that I had was a pocket book. Now, it's a small book, right? It's a small book in comparison to the bigger ones. And a pocket book is called pocket book because as a doctor, you have it in your pocket. And when you quickly need to check something, you open the book and you can check it. And you can also write some notes in here and other stuff. So what I like to do is kind of use this idea, but bring it from the medical world to Elliott Waves / trading. I gotta see, but first of all, Elliott Waves. To have a pocket book, a physical, small little pocket book that if you are thinking about an impulse, for example, and you quickly want to check, oh, impulse, and then, okay, page pump, you know, and then you have all the information there. And then I guess we start with making a pocket book for Elliott Waves and then improve it, or not improve it, but probably start with like a pocket book focused on just Elliott Waves. And then as time passes, add stuff to the book. So it also becomes a journal trading Elliott Waves specifically, or, you know, other tools, but focusing on Elliott Waves and then sections for other tools so that you have the Elliott Wave scenarios. That's probably going to be version 1. And then future versions will include sections that have to do with a trading journal, and then trading Elliott Waves, and then you can write down your other tools and you know, like, yeah, it's something. But first things first. First thing is Jeroen is working on creating the PDF, and once the PDF is finished, which will take a while, by the way, will probably take a few months because of the info and design, and once that's finished. Then we are going to start focusing on a pocket book because I really like, I kind of throw all my medical books away except for the pocket book because I really love this thing. I was very interested and always have been in the heart. I wanted to be a cardio surgeon, but you know, life turned out differently, and I really like what I'm doing, by the way. So I stopped with the study, but I always kept this one, and I want to use it as inspiration for a pocket book about Elliott Waves. So yeah, we have things coming, but it will take a while, right? I don't have a full team. Jeroen is the first employee, like he really works every day on stuff in the background, and of course Mark Dutch and maybe a Band-Aid are the mods here, the very, very well respected mods as well. Mark in his hoodie, maybe a Band-Aid in his cap. Koen's cap, Koen's hoodie. But it will take a while. Of course, if I had a very big team, things might go quicker. But it's step by step. I don't yet have a website, so I will have a website developed through a marketing agency that I know very well. So that's going to come later this year. And then the website's online. We got to figure out some stuff with merch because I get questions. Oh, you got the cap? Well, yeah, I'm going to cap this shirt. And then I have an idea about how to do the merge thing, where people can design their own stuff and sell it as well. And then we have Jeroen with the PDF and then the pocketbook. And yeah, lots to do. Lots to do. But it's fun. Okay. What are those arrows on CVD? The arrows, or what you see, the lines. Ooh, we have some bearish CVD here. Price moving down, higher high on yellow. That is a bearish CVD in the red candle here. Right, lower high, higher high. Also on blue. That's interesting because we hit resistance. We create bearish CVDs on the way down now. For an impulse, you don't really want to change the structure. Oh, the bell goes. I gotta go. Figure out Blowfin. It's a great platform, by the way, Blowfin. But I gotta go. Let me quickly check if there's absolute urgencies here. I'll have a look, Sam. I'll have a look. Yeah, I always have my own ideas in what I would like to see in such books. But is a flat possible? Possibly, but bearish CVDs, price moving down, hitting resistance. There's, of course, still corrective probabilities, but yeah, bearish CVDs, losing support now. Like, the thing is, as long as you don't break this high, the WXY with another low is still active, but I gotta move. So, okay, everyone. We already have them in the house. We have visitors here, so I gotta go. They're picking up stuff, so I gotta move. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. And we continue again with another live stream tomorrow. But appreciate you guys hanging out. Shirley for popping in, and everyone here. Mark, maybe Band-Aid, thanks for being here. And tonight another update, normal video. Tomorrow another live stream.